Doc is getting the baby. Roger's in OR, all set to operate. I just wish there was something that I could do.
You might try relaxing a little. Once Edmund comes out of surgery, he's going to need a lot of mothering for a long time.
I'm all right.
You're exhausted. Jill, most women are barely up and around this soon after their babies are born. Come on now. Yeah.
Faith, you really think he's going to survive this?
Look what he's survived already.
But that's what worries me. He's had to fight so hard to stay alive. That hyaline membrane condition, I know it must have weakened it. I know he's over it, but he's still only a couple of pounds. Now, how much of this can he take?
All I know is that he keeps on surprising me. When I examined him a few hours ago, his respiration is back to normal. The jaundice look has disappeared. And his heart is as strong as a full-term baby's.
But his head...
Trust Roger, okay?
Oh, I know, I do. I know he's a terrific surgeon, and I'm grateful to Seneca for letting him do the operation. I just don't understand how he could be born, and he's normal, and then suddenly this kind of problem, and I don't get it.
If he is hydrocephalic, it's not a brain injury. It's a mechanical problem.
Yeah, not yet.
Roger's going to get in there and get that fluid draining so fast that there won't be any time for Edmund to be damaged by it. I'm sure. I promise.
I hope so.
Hi, look, I went by the nursery. They said the baby is scheduled for surgery.
Yeah. It seems that this breathing problem is clear, but they found some fluid collecting in the ventricle of the brain.
Oh, Jill. God. Faith, what?
It's cerebral spinal fluid that normally drains away, but Edmund must have some obstruction. If that's the case, they'll put in a shunt, which is a tube that'll bypass the blockage.
And that'll do it?
Well, with some luck and a surgeon that knows his business, Roger's doing the operation.
I thought that he couldn't work here anymore.
Well, I wanted him, and Seneca got special permission from Marshal Westheimer.
No matter what he's done, Roger's still the most gifted surgeon around. No one argues with that.
Well, least of all myself. If it weren't for Roger, I'd either be dead or paralyzed now. So I'm sure Edmund couldn't be in better hands.
It's been a long time, huh?
Right now, I feel like I've never been away.
I had a look at the baby. No sign of long-term brain damage yet.
I won't be either.
Huh?
I know those x-rays like the palm of my hand. I think I could puncture that ventricle blindfolded.
Right.
I'm as good as ever, Clem.
Oh, no, I believe that.
Now, look, I want to make this short and sweet. I'm going to have to go through some normal brain tissue, but there won't be any permanent damage. He won't end up retarded.
Well, let's hope we don't run into any surprises, huh?
Nothing I'm not prepared for. Of course, there's blood on the off chance I hit a bleeder.
Hey, I noticed he's, O negative.
Unusual child all the way around.
Huh?
I guess my nephew'd have to be.
We won't argue about that.
Did you get enough sleep?
Oh, yeah.
Good. This operation means a lot to me. For Edmund, for a lot of other reasons. You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it to it.
Why are you protecting David?
Do you trust me? Yes or no?
I want it over now.
Are you threatening me? Don't mess with what you don't understand.
This week, someone gets shot, someone's found dead, and Zach's secret is revealed. Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
Missed an episode of your favorite ABC daytime shows?
Yes!
Go to abc.com/daytime and check out the full episode player to catch up on the week's worth of The View, One Life to Live, and General Hospital.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Only at abc.com/daytime.
For the first time, former Vice President Dick Cheney joins my co-hosts and me on The View for what will surely be our most important conversation on the legacy of the Bush-Cheney years. This is an interview you won't want to miss.
Tuesday, live on The View on ABC.
When you come to eHarmony, I can promise you, we sincerely care about you. I've worked my entire life and counseled thousands of couples to figure out what makes great relationships. And we'll bring all that experience to look out for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of a site that really cares about helping you find a wonderful relationship. Visit eHarmony today and review your compatible matches free.
Purina One Beyond, food for your cat or dog.
As time ticks on, is your sleek long gone? Get ready. There's an all-new Sleek and Shine from Garnier Fructis. Powered by argan oil, now it can lock out frizz for a full 48 hours.
Proven.
Hair stays super smooth.
Proven.
Even in 97% humidity. Keep it sleek 48 hours straight. All new Sleek and Shine with argan oil.
Discover the new Garnier Fructis. Advanced fruit science. Incredible new formulas.
Garnier. Take care.
Hot Fudge Sundae. New wild strawberry?
Over 25 flavors of Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. And they're all for fun and fun for all. Pop-Tarts, made for fun.
Hi, I need a quick word with you. If you have a minute.
Yeah, just a minute. They're prepping Edmund for surgery.
I thought it was scheduled for the morning.
Well, the tap showed the pressure was building up and we couldn't be sure of the rate. So rather than risk any damage, we decided to go ahead now.
You've decided on Roger Coleridge?
Yeah. I tell you, it's going to drive me crazy observing. I wish I were assisting.
Look, one way or another, we'll get you your license back. But in this case, you really wouldn't want to be involved in the surgery. Not on your own son.
No. Not on my son. If I had to do it over again, not on my wife either.
Seneca.
No, hey, now don't start to worry. I've come to terms with Nell's death a long time ago. Just that, well, she's been on my mind a lot these few days. In a good way.
Because of the baby. I've thought about that, too. Nell wanted so much to give you children. She'd be very happy to know that you have Edmund.
Yeah, I hope she does. It's just this fear of brain damage. It haunts me a little bit, you know?
If you let yourself draw parallels between Nell's problem and Edmund's, you really will go crazy. Maybe you ought to stay out of the OR altogether.
No, not a chance. Now, look, basically, my head's on straight. I know that Nell's gone. This is Jill's baby. Our mistake, who happens to mean more to me than... Well, I knew I'd love him, but, I guess I didn't know how it would feel, you know?
If you're like this now, you'll be hopeless by the time he's a year.
I'm counting on Jill to keep me in line. Counting on Edmund to live a year, many years, with his brain facilities intact. I know it's a lot to ask, Marshal, but I don't think it's too much.
Neither do I.
I mean, we spotted that he was hydrocephalic early enough. His respiration's good again. We'll keep the anesthetic light. If Roger is fast and sure, I trust him there.
Definitely. I suppose you've thought about what this opportunity must mean to him.
Well, if he feels he has to prove something to me, that's all to the good.
For Edmund, yes, but after the surgery, isn't Roger likely to step up his campaign to be reinstated here?
Let him.
You wouldn't feel obliged to put him back on staff?
I'd be grateful. I'd pay any fee he wanted, but my opinion of the man isn't going to change. I'm not going to hire him back again. He understands that.
He does.
Oh, it's all up front. Listen, I want to give these instructions to the secretary, and Edmund should be prepped by now, so...
Sure, I'll just leave these here on your desk. Tomorrow will be soon enough for you to face them.
Not more budget cuts.
Afraid so.
Marshal, I'm telling you, we are going to go
Look,
under...
I've just spent 2 hours with the board telling them exactly the same thing. But city payments and a whole range of other incomes have been reduced, and there's no way around that. So we have to cut back. I know that your staff is spread thin as it is, but things are going to get worse.
If I had more time, I'll give you 20 reasons why that's impossible.
Nevertheless, please, just concentrate on Edmund for now. We'll talk again. Good luck.
Thanks. Keep your fingers crossed, huh?
Why aren't they down here? Look, maybe I'll go to the nursery and check and see. Maybe something's happened.
Nothing's happened. They're not due back for another few minutes, so just sit tight, okay?
Jill. Come on. Try not to get wound up so tight. Roger and Seneca really know what they're doing. It's gonna work out.
An incision in his head, a tube in his brain.
In the ventricle, Jill. It's a hollow space. It's been done on thousands of patients. And it's gonna save Edmund's life.
Faith, look, just what exactly is the process anyway? I have no idea what this is all about. And perhaps if you spelled it out a little, it might help. Right?
Yeah, sure. Basically, it's a two-step procedure. Once the baby's anesthetized, they'll do a ventriculogram, which means that they'll inject air into the ventricle. And then they'll take x-rays. Now, we expect the x-rays to show that there's a blockage that's preventing the spinal fluid from draining properly. If that's the case, then the next step's the actual surgery.
At that point, Roger inserts a tube which goes...
Right, from the ventricle down into the abdominal cavity,
Yeah.
where the fluid will drain off, and the body will absorb it. Now, I know that sounds frightening, but it's been done before by Roger with great success.
But Faith, his head is so little. I mean, what happens if Roger makes a wrong move or something like that?
Because he's a very skilled neurosurgeon. Dad told me more than once that he'd rarely seen hands as good as Roger's, and that was a couple of years ago.
Okay. I just wish this tube could be permanent. I mean, something that we'd never have to think about again. But the idea of repeating this operation over and over
Every
again as he
couple of
gets
years,
older.
that's all. But it'll never be as bad as this first process.
So what you're saying, well, perhaps what you're saying, is that after today, the baby's worst troubles are over.
Faith, is that true? I mean, aside from the normal problems that any premature baby might have.
In a way, yes. There are persisting dangers, but I don't see any reason why we should worry about that now.
Well, what kind of dangers? I mean, I want to know what they are.
Possible infections, illnesses.
Such as?
Jill, I don't know. I really don't think we should worry about that now, okay?
All right. Hey, look,
do you mind if I go to OR?
No, of course not.
I'll stay with her.
Faith, listen, when the x-rays are finished, would you come back and tell us whether or not they're going to go ahead with the surgery?
Sure, I will. Take care.
Bye. So when's the last time you got any sleep, kid?
Oh, I dropped off a couple of times during the night.
Yeah, on the bench outside the nursery.
Never mind. When this is all over, I think I'm going to sleep for a week.
Yeah, I sure wish you were coming home with me for that week.
So do I. Oh, I think that's one of the things that's tying me up in knots. I mean, I'm desperate for Edmund to be well, but I
Jill,
know that...
look. I want him. It's Seneca, you know that.
Yeah, well, wherever Edmund is, that's where Seneca is.
I love you. And I don't wish for your child to die. As a matter of fact, right now, I don't wish for anything except to help you. This morning we made an agreement. No big decisions. So let's stick to that agreement, okay?
All right. Baby, Seneca,
Take him right in. Roger, I want to get started.
what took so long?
Details. Now, his breathing is fine. Try not to worry, okay?
You're worried.
Let's not overdo it, either one of us.
Look, I hope it all goes smoothly.
Thank you. And thanks for your moral support. Will you be able to stay with Joe?
Sure.
Good.
I really feel for the guy.
That's what I love about you.
Oh, look, he's afraid for his son. I know that feeling.
I want a sterile field at all times. Now, please cover the baby's foot and keep those drapes in place. Move to get the x-rays when I tell you. Now, give me the slightest change in respiration. All set?
All set. Patient's ready, Doctor.
Needle?
Before the final week of All My Children on ABC and SoapNet, spend one last weekend in Pine Valley.
This is goodbye.
Next Saturday, cherish the memories of the First Lady of Soaps with the I Love Lucci Marathon.
I love the sound of it.
And next Sunday, relive your favorite love stories with the Last Chance for Romance Marathon.
Perfect.
2 unforgettable All My Children events. Next weekend, I Love Lucci, next Saturday from 7 to midnight, and Last Chance for Romance next Sunday from 5 to midnight.
It is going to be one incredible ride.
Only on SoapNet.
Have I got a surprise for you? A mouth-watering combination of ingredients I know you're gonna love. Yes, it's new Beneful Healthy Fiesta. Made with wholesome grains, real chicken, even accents of tomato and avocado. Come on. Gotta love the protein for muscles and omega-rich nutrition for that shiny coat. Ever think healthy could taste so good?
New Beneful Healthy Fiesta. Another healthful, flavorful Beneful. Every time I sneeze, I laugh, I jump. Water. And my sister said, have you ever heard of poise? I said, poise? What the heck is poise? She said, 1 in 3 women have this issue.
Every great woman deserves a great pad. Stay comfortably dry with Poise.
A healthy space for baby starts before you're pregnant. My doctor recommended One-A-Day Women's Prenatal, a complete multivitamin with folic acid plus DHA to support my baby's healthy brain and eye development before, during, and after my pregnancy. One-A-Day Women's Prenatal.
This week, Aaron Torpy returns.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of each other.
And
Look, I didn't kill my brother.
just as Todd tries to put his life back together,
He thinks that I killed the only father that he's ever known.
I believe he's dead.
an unexpected witness steps forward. Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
For the first time, former Vice President Dick Cheney joins my co-hosts and me on the view of what will surely be our most important conversation on the legacy of the Bush-Cheney years. This is an interview you won't want to miss.
Tuesday, live on The View on ABC.
Oh, what are you doing home so early?
I'm only staying long enough to cool off.
Didn't see Jack again, did you?
No. No, I saw another man who flipped because I'm pregnant. A total stranger.
What happened?
I tried to cover a story, the plan for the West Side Highway. I figured the only way to do it right was to get an aerial view of the road, north of the Statue of Liberty. So where did I go? To find a helicopter and buy myself a ride, right?
That sounds like a sensible approach.
Oh, Mother, I wish you had a pilot's license.
I take it you ran into a pilot that wasn't crazy about the idea of having a pregnant passenger, huh?
He acted like I was a time bomb.
Well, darn, you got to realize that some people get very nervous, especially men, with a woman that's almost due. They don't mean any harm.
Ma, I'm not due for 6 weeks. Do I have to go into total seclusion just because it's obvious I'm carrying a baby?
No, of course not. I expect you'll find a pilot with a little more common sense.
Why is everybody so dumb about babies? This guy was so scared he practically ran. Just like Jack.
You've had better days in these last few, haven't you?
Too many run-ins with crazy men. Oh, every time I see Jack, I walk away more confused.
Oh, darling, the confusion is lying within him, and he's just letting it out in great waves.
Oh, he does. He talks annulment and his eyes are dying for me. He rejects the baby, but he'll ask me how I'm feeling when I'm due.
I know, darling.
The idiot. I know he loves me.
Indeed he does.
That's why I don't give up.
Well, maybe the corrective surgery would make all the difference.
Oh, it terrifies me. What if an operation's too much of a strain on his heart?
Oh, now, come on now, Mary. Clem chose a good doctor for him. I mean, the man is going to take all the risks into consideration. You know, you should be glad about something. Jack at least keeps you posted. I mean, he may have a strange way of doing it, but he lets you know what's going on with him. Which is more than you can say for Delia, with her secrets and her little disappearing acts. For all his faults, I'll deal with Jack every time rather than that girl.
How'd she behave this afternoon? Still playing the invalid?
How would I know? When I came back from the Lamaze class, she was gone.
I don't believe her.
No. She left little John with Kevin and with the customers pouring out of the doors down there and hasn't even bothered to call me since.
I told her it was busy downstairs. In fact, I brought little John into her. She knew she had to watch him.
The color went right out of her down in the kitchen a while back. I don't think she's even feeling well.
Dee's hardly one to leave a sick bed.
Exactly.
I was so annoyed when I found her curled up in bed again. I just assumed she was faking. She did look kind of pale.
Yeah, that was real enough.
She hasn't mentioned abortion again.
No.
Wouldn't make any sense now. The baby's why Pat's marrying her, and she knows it.
Maybe it's just possible that she's gone shopping or out for one of her famous walks. But I don't know why she'd be gone for this length of time.
Besides, Delia doesn't put a toe out when she's feeling bad.
Maybe I should call Pat or have your father go out in the street and looking for her.
Not yet. She's gone off without an explanation so many times.
Usually what it means is there's some kind of trouble brewing and that she wants to keep hidden from the family.
Look, do we all have to be her keepers? It's bad enough Pat's taking it on. So she's been out half the day. If she'd had an accident, we'd have been notified.
Oh, Mary.
Come on. You know it's true. So barring that, she can't be too bad off. She's probably sipping tea over in that luncheonette she likes.
You think so?
You want me to call and check?
Maybe.
The only reason I give it a second thought is if she really did get sick somewhere.
I have a feeling something's wrong.
I'll make a few calls. She could be with Father McShane.
Yeah, but try him anyway. My hunch is, of course, that she's someplace where she shouldn't belong.
And up to heaven knows what.
Next, see who's digging up drama on Ryan's Hope. Later, head over to the OC where it's summer year-round. Only on SoapNet. We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, Blonde One, Original Blonde One, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine One, Bad Blonde One, the Demented One, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
I wanted to look great. Zenadrin helped me lose 50 pounds. I lost 31 pounds.
I lost 40 pounds.
And I lost an incredible 37 pounds. Lose weight and look great with Zenadrin.
Love the feel and fragrances of products from body and bath shops? With Olay, get what you love at half the price with new Olay body collections. Tantalizing fragrances and Olay moisturizing ingredients that transform lathering into lavishing. Olay body collections.
Important news for Liberty Medical customers. Don't lose your right to choose. If you're unable to receive Bayer's Contour or Breeze 2 testing supplies, Bayer can help. Call now at 888-877-9175. That's 888-877-9175.
Your pizza delivery guy. Well, come on in, man. What you waiting on?
For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Everyone had a motive.
Desperate people do terrible things.
Revenge.
It's not fair, Dad.
You're right. It's not.
Protection.
He has to be stopped. to take his life.
Justice.
I lost 8 years of my life because of him!
Who shot Victor?
The gun in the safe is gone. Do you know who did this?
One Life to Live. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Want more of your favorite ABC daytime shows?
Just tell me.
Log on to abc.com/daytime to check out The View, The Chew, One Life to Live, and General Hospital.
You're gonna have to trust me on this.
Watch videos or full episodes.
It's kind of exciting.
Get exclusive sneak peeks. Learn about the co-hosts. Go behind the scenes.
I accidentally threw away my other shoe.
Connect with other fans and get great tips you can use.
I always buy tools for the kitchen that have more than one use.
I like it. Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
This September on SoapNet.
This just keeps getting better and better.
There's nothing like a scandal
Oh my God, Dad, what did you do?
to bring a family closer together.
Why am I the very last person in this family to find out everything?
And now the Walkers
What your father did was unforgivable.
are about to get closer than ever before.
You are hosting a Meet the Illegitimate Daughter dinner. Ow, I'm gonna kill you. You guys are whack.
Brothers and Sisters. Moving in Monday, September 26, weekdays at 5 and 6 on SoapNet.
You know, they might as well just set you up with an IV and connect you to the coffee machine.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, you could drop a line in here and have a good chance of coming up with the missing link. Listen, we could get out in the cafeteria and be back in 15 minutes if you want.
No.
Okay.
No.
Give me that stuff.
I just want to wait until Faith gets back and I know what's happening. Uh-oh. I'm glad you're here with me.
Well, I couldn't have been anywhere else under the circumstances. You know, it's really interesting that Seneca asked me to stay with you.
No, he knows how I feel.
Yeah, but he also thinks that I'm bad for you.
Well, under the circumstances,
The most
I don't
important thing for him is you being comforted.
think... Yes. He's very kind, Frank.
And he also loves you very much. And I wonder if you realize just how much.
Yeah, I think I do. Makes me very sad. I wish he could find somebody that could love him back. But here he is, tied to me because of a baby.
Tied to you? Come on, you know he doesn't experience it that way. He wants you.
But I don't want him. Not as a lover, not as a husband, just as a friend. And he deserves more than that. Oh, I can't even explain it to you.
I don't know either. But it'll be all right.
Frank, it's just that he's been so good about the baby. He loves this child.
Oh, something fierce, I could see that. You know, I do understand his feelings about his son. But I don't know what they mean about us in the long run.
Ventricles expanded. And there's the obstruction.
It's just enough to hurt him.
No question about it. And I'll have to do the shunt immediately.
Okay, he's gonna go ahead.
Okay, I'll tell Jill.
Respiration?
Slight distress.
All right, we may have a little trouble there, so I'd like to limit the anesthesia as much as possible. All right, let's move quickly. Get the blood over here in case there's vascular anomaly.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.